Model quality feet. I've been told that multiple times from
Do you have a
independent
wiki
sources.
feet?
I do not. Not for free. Start thinking about
What?
what?
What is happening?
Oh, we're on. Hey, welcome to Oddball. I'm Amin and Elhassan. That's Charlotte Wilder. We have quite the show for you today. A little bit later, we'll play bold or spicy. But first, the headlines. Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups was spotted talking to Kyle Lowry in a suite at a Colorado football game. It's always nice to get a head start on the season outlook with your vets. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that. That one's from the future. It hasn't happened yet. It's okay. It hasn't happened yet. Go ahead, guys.
Luka Doncic created a 3-on-3 tournament, which will be played on a court floating on a lake in Slovenia for the launch of his Jordan brand shoe called Lake Bled, which is also the name of the lake. And also this tournament might have already happened, but we're in the multiverse. Gonna have to change his name to Luka Doncic. Am I right? Tournament's sure to make a real splash. Haha.
The Washington Wizards signed Taj Gibson to a 1-year deal. That's awesome, man. I really love seeing like second generation NBA players make it to the big show, especially when they get to play for a team like their father played for. It's truly a special thing. I'll be honest, I didn't even know Taj had a son that was playing basketball. So, you know, this comes with some of the. It's not his son? Or is it some sort of coincidence? No, it's someone else named Taj. It's the Taj Gibson. Taj Gibson's still in the NBA? You live and you learn. How about that?
You live a long time and you learn. You play a lot of basketball and you learn.
A lot of basketball.
MLB legend and Timberwolves co-owner Alex Rodriguez was reportedly asked by Timberwolves star Anthony Edwards, who admitted publicly he didn't know who Rodriguez was when they first met, that upon learning who he was, Edwards asked Rodriguez, "How did you screw it up with J-Lo?" My answer to Anthony is, when this guy comes along, how can you resist?
Oh, man. He really has life
please
figured out.
Please don't ban me from Madison Square Garden or Dunkin' Donuts.
The Garden didn't even come in. This isn't even a New York story.
I know, but I'm just covering my bases.
Former Sacramento King and Dallas Maverick Willie CauleyStein told the outlet Sportando in an interview that he left the NBA for Europe due to his dislike for the NBA's one-on-one basketball style, saying, quote, "I chose to come to Europe because of the more tactical way of playing basketball compared to the one-on-one basketball that is played today in the NBA, which is conditioned by the player's desire to produce personal statistics. Here in Europe, every game and every ball is important, not like the NBA where all 82 games are equal."
Why the you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my gosh, stop lying.
USA Basketball is back atop the FIBA Men's World Rankings even after failing to medal in the World Cup, which makes me question FIBA's rankings. Where do FIBA's rankings rank among all the worst rankings of all time? Like somewhere between anything from BuzzFeed and People's Sexiest Man Alive. No offense to Paul Rudd, my close personal friend.
You know Paul Rudd?
Well, sort of.
8-time NBA All-Star Dwight Howard will meet with the Golden State Warriors this week, sources told Shams Charania of The Athletic. The team has been exploring signing reserve veteran big man to shore up a front line that at times was overmatched last season. Dwight trying out with the Warriors is like running into the it girl from high school you never got to ask out. Now she's imminently more available, and for good reason. Yeah. Speaking of peaking in high school, the Orlando Magic unveiled their throwback jerseys for the 23-24 season. Charlotte, how many things can you recognize from this picture?
Oh, a lot of things, I mean.
Right.
There's a boombox.
Okay.
Some
right.
CD-ROMs.
Those CD-ROMs? Okay. I don't think those are called CD-ROMs. They're just regular CDs. What CD is that at the top?
This feels like a trap.
It is. No, I'm curious.
Blueprint?
Yes, it is the blueprint. What is that right to the top left of the of the CD?
A film camera?
Yeah, it's a camcorder. It's not a film camera
camcorder.
because the controller down there. What kind of controller is that on the
Sega
bottom
Genesis?
That is not a Sega Genesis. There's a hint on the screen, by the way, of what kind of controller
Xbox.
it is. Try again.
What are other controllers?
There's a hint
Nintendo,
on the screen.
Nintendo.
Not a Nintendo. On the screen, there's a hint.
On the screen, there's a hint?
Yes, in the picture. This is fun.
I need to make this picture bigger.
Yeah, open it up. What are you doing?
I don't know. PlayStation.
Which one?
1?
This is amazing. How about this? The sneakers, Charlotte. Which sneakers are those?
Oh,
you got the
God.
black sneaker and the white sneaker. Can you name either of those sneakers?
No.
Or how about this? The bottom left corner, under the white sneaker, there is what appears to be some sort of bobblehead. Can you name who that is in the bobblehead? That is Little Penny. Those white sneakers are the pennies. Those black sneakers are the foam posits, which were the penny twos, I believe.
Foam posits?
Yeah, the black one called the foam posit.
Awesome. Wait, there's some baseball cards.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
I'm looking for other stuff that I can get right. It's like did you ever read Highlights, the magazine for nerds?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like find all the stuff you can't. Anyway.
Is that how they market themselves, the magazine for nerds?
Pretty much. I mean, you and I read it.
Speak for yourself. I skimmed it.
Oh, okay.
But Charlotte,
yes,
that opens the door for me to drop my top 5 teams that need to go back to their throwbacks permanently. Because
hell yeah, I was waiting for this. I came here today and I was like, oh, I can't wait for me to tell me what throwbacks I need to bring back permanently.
Number 5, bring back the Clippers cursive. Right there, that red jersey says Clippers, was nice and clean. That black jersey where it says LAC and it's kind of concentric, it's ugly and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, Clippers, nice and clean. I get it. It reminds us of a worse time, but the jersey shouldn't take the brunt of that. That's not their fault.
No, cleanse it.
Number 4, the Hawks Pac-Man logo era jersey. The one that Dominic Wilkins. Oh, there's a sound effect. Dominic Wilkins used to wear this. Spud Webb, Doc Rivers. This is when the Hawks were good and they captured the hearts and minds of the city of Atlanta in a way that they really haven't since. So these are nice. They're clean. They're different. I like how the name is kind of at a slant. It's a lot cleaner than the god-awful, disgusting things they put on now. Number 3, the aforementioned Orlando Magic T-Mac G Hill jerseys. I don't even know what they're called. I just like the way that the stars are kind of in the fabric. The champion ones were almost silky. You couldn't really see the stars unless you were really up close. So those are always great. Number 2, the Suns Sunburst jersey. The Charles Barkley one. You know, it said Suns on a slant. You had the sun coming up. You could get the black ones like we have on the screen right here. You get the purple ones. You can get the white ones. They're all clean. That's the best jersey, maybe the best jersey of all time, of any design, of any city, of any team. And number 1, the Sonics jerseys. And while we're at it, they need to go back to Seattle as well. Get them out of OKC. Get those pen and pixel freaking clip art
soda
looking
can
ass.
looking.
Yeah, get your ass on. Give me the old Sonics jerseys, the Sean Kemp, Nate McMillan, Gary Payton's. That's the cleanest look right there.
The Clippers would like us to believe that they shut down talks with the Sixers about James Harden, per Brian Windhorst. Quote, "The Clippers tried to trade for James Harden and that didn't happen," Windhorst said. "And from what I understand, it was the Clippers who said, okay, there's no deal here. We're going to move on. And while I assume that they could certainly make a deal mid-season, I assume that this is what they're going to go with." This is big. You can't fire me. I quit energy. The Clippers are like, they didn't end it. We ended it. Or like when someone breaks up with you, but you're like, I actually was going to anyway. So you tell your friends you did, even though you didn't.
Jeremy Lin and Tony Mitchell announced they're signing with the Kings. All right. Back to the big show. I love to see it, man. You know what? If you keep working, the NBA dream stays alive. Wait a second. It's the Taipei Kings. Not it's the Taipei. Not type B, type A.
You beat me to it. Damn it. After 2 seasons, HBO has canceled the show Winning Time, The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty. According to HBO, the series had too much magic, but not enough dragons.
You're way too proud to read that one.
It's funny.
Former Knick and Cavalier Damian Dotson agreed to terms with the Rockets. That's nice. I always thought he deserved another chance. A little bit. He's a streaky shooter, but I thought he'd get another opportunity. He could really prove that he was like the Ningbo Rockets. Not the Houston, the Ningbo Rockets. Sounds like a racial slur.
Damian Lillard revealed the latest colorway for his signature shoe, the Dame 8 Extply. What is this? Capital EXTPLY? Exit play? That would be fitting. Called, quote, most criticized. Steph Curry heard that and said, hold my beer.
Serge Ibaka signed with Bayern Munich. Okay. What's the catch? Nah, let me guess. It's not actually Serge Ibaka. It's some other soccer player who's named Serge Ibaka. It's not Bayern Munich. It's like Bayern Munich's like
soccer player
traveling team or something like that. What is it? It's the real Serge Ibaka.
Yeah.
All right, there it is. That'll do it for headlines. Up next, bold or spicy. You laughing doesn't help at all.
Sorry.
It is muy caliente in here, as we say down in L305, because we're about to play bold or spicy. That's a spicy meatball. Hey, this is the game where we read statements that are either bold or spicy, and then we rank it on a rating from 1 to 10. 10 being, that's
a ghost pepper, my friends.
And then 1 is salt, I guess. So, Charlotte, are you ready to play?
I've never been more ready in my entire life.
That's a lie. This first statement, Dion Waiters will make his NBA comeback. Dion Waiters came out of Syracuse, was a top 5 pick, went to Cleveland, and bounced around, kind of salvaged his career in Miami, got his big new deal, and then promptly got fat and played his way out of the league. Now he's been engaging in a bunch of off-season workouts with different teams. He's trying to mount an NBA comeback. Charlotte, the statement says he will make his NBA comeback. He will be back in the league this year. Scale of 1 to 10.
Feels pretty spicy to me. I mean, I'm going to give this an 8. I'm going to give it an 8. So I think it's one of those things that you'd like to think for a player it's likely, but I don't think it is.
All right. Moving on.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yep.
The Brooklyn Nets black, white, and gray court is great.
Give it a, what's this? It's great? Yeah, I'll give that a 2.
Yeah.
Like, it's all right. Like, to me,
It's all right?
There's only 2 types of courts. There's like, it's an okay court, and like, that is hideous. I don't know if you've ever seen Oregon. Ever seen Oregon's court where it looks like you're in the middle of a forest looking up into the one space to the sky? Like, that's an ugly court. That's terrible. That Charlotte Hornets court from like the early 2000s where they've got the honeycomb, and the honeycomb is very, very prominent, and the key is orange, and the rest of the painted area, the rest of the three-point line is blue, but it's a gradient blue. It's too much. Those are all ugly courts. Just give me simplicity, and then I'll be fine. I won't lose my mind over it, but I also won't, hate it.
I don't know. I think that the warmth of a normal court is very nice, and this one looks like me when my lighting is off and I look like I'm the girl from The Ring. That's what this reminds me of.
So, like, every time we do this show?
Well, I'm a little bit...
Trust me, you're not. And also, you never seem to have these problems on Gojo, so I don't know what it is. I think it's something you're doing that you're not revealing to us.
Oddball is absolutely rigged for money. Okay,
Moving on. Charlotte, your statement is the Clippers will be sellers by the deadline, and I don't mean a basement.
I don't think that's spicy. I think that's a 3.
Wow. Charlotte Wilder predicting imminent doom for the Los Angeles Clippers.
I don't think it's going to go well, and that's just because I had to pick if it's going to go well or not, and I'm saying no.
Does that make it a bold take then? It's a bold take or a spicy take.
Bold take.
Right.
Jokic is already the greatest Nuggets player in franchise history.
One. Well, that doesn't even require any thought. Let's start with, how many MVPs have the Nuggets had? 2.
No,
They've had 2. Nikola Jokic 2 times. How many championships have they won? 1. Nikola Jokic, right? How many Nuggets have averaged a triple-double? Damn near it. 1. Nikola Jokic. There's no, like, who are the other names? The other names are Carmelo Anthony, Dan Issel, Alex English. Like, they're all great players. They're all, extremely elite players, but Jokic has surpassed them by a lot for a while now. And the championship was just cherry on the top. To be honest with you, even before the championship, he's been the best player the Nuggets have ever had. And it's kind of wild. He was a second-round pick, and I don't think even he thought that he was going to be this. I mean, the story is when they decided to bench Yusuf Nurkic and start Jokic instead, Jokic actually cried because he felt guilty. He felt wrong. So.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Charlotte, your last statement. Erik Spoelstra is overrated.
Like, what are we doing? That's a 0. That's not even salt. That's water.
What?
I don't think he's overrated at all. You think he's overrated?
That's what makes it a spicy comment. You called it water? You think this comment...
I meant that he... Sorry, I got confused. That's a 15.
Play the game, Charlotte. Play the goddamn game.
I got the scale wrong. I got the scale wrong. I meant
10. The statement isn't crazy.
I get it. I screwed up. I get it. Spoelstra is not overrated. This is a very spicy one because it is wrong. I'm moving on. Walker Kessler will win the Defensive Player of the Year award. That is your bold take.
Walker Kessler is a great kid, man. He's got a great personality, very productive NBA player. I think he's going to have a great career. However, he's in his second year, and he plays for a Utah Jazz team that, while is decent overall, is horrendous defensively. They were in the bottom third of the league. And historically, Defensive Player of the Year awards go to players that play on teams that are excellent defenses. You almost never see, even if the player is a great defensive player, you almost never see them get that award if their team isn't in the top 10 defensively. Utah made a bunch of moves this offseason, but none of them that lead me to believe that their defense is going to be elite. Walker Kessler, at that, is, like I said, a second-year player, so it's harder for guys like that to get the benefit of the doubt over vets who've been doing it for a while, like Draymond Green, like Jaren Jackson Jr., last year's winner, like Bam Adebayo. So I'm going to say that is a 10 out of 10. That's the sound and the play call for 10 out of 10. There you go. Bring it all back from the beginning of the show.
It would be funny, though, if they just started giving it to guys whose teams, like, really sucked and they just tried really hard. Maybe that's what I want to see, that Defensive Player of the Year. I want to see teams that really needed this guy, and even though they were still terrible, this guy was great.
That's what Charlotte wants to see, everybody. I want to see you learn how to play this game. How about that?
It's all very difficult. How you doing over there?
Not bad, just doing my daily routine.
Yeah, it looks like spa day chill over there.
No, I mean, like, I just like to take care of myself. That's all,
Did you see that Joakim Noah officiated Derrick Rose's vows or vow renewal, or I don't know what it was, because I think he was already married.
No way.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Would you ever have a coworker officiate your wedding, though? Or former coworker?
Dan Batard had Pablo Torre do officiate his wedding. Also, my friend Prim Siripipat, when she got married, she had Matthew Berry officiate her wedding.
That's
the talented
lovely.
Mr. Roto. Yeah.
Wow.
Very fun. 2 very fun weddings.
Who do you think would be the best officiant, like the best person to marry you of current NBA players?
That's a good question.
I know. I think the first one that pops into my head is Boban.
Okay, I'm going to say everyone loves Boban. Boban's delightful. But a big part of being efficient is, like, They gotta understand what you're saying, right? Like
Yeah,
not just the bride and groom, but also like the lovely audience. So Boban, I could see that the accent coming in being a little bit detrimental there.
Maybe he's more of like an adorable flower man. Like he's a flower girl, but he's a flower man.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
You know who would be very bad though?
Who's that? LeBron? Does he make it about himself?
I was literally just about to say that.
Yeah?
I was literally just about to say LeBron because he would make it about himself.
That's amazing.
I think MJ would be good because he'd make it all about himself.
No, you know exactly. I just love that idea of someone arguing. But Jordan would be so much better because he'd make it all about himself. While LeBron, he just make it about himself. That's why he wouldn't be good, clearly. Well, no, okay. Let me think about this for real now. Like, who would be? I think. Well, it depends on what kind of ceremony you're having. Are you having a religious ceremony?
Oh, if it's you could have a Mari Stoudemire do a Jewish wedding.
Well, Stoudemire.
I always say it wrong. Stoudemire.
You do it like he's Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Welcome to the tribe.
Yeah, there you go. For a Christian wedding, I would go Monty Williams. Very religious dude. So I would go with him for that.
Soulful too, though.
If I wanted a funny wedding, I think I would go. Okay, here's a little off the board. I don't know if people. Dennis Smith Jr. Hilarious. The dude is hilarious.
Really?
I'd have him. Yeah, he'd be funny. If you like a spiritual one, like a non-denominational but spiritual one, Klay Thompson. I'd be worried he wouldn't show up on time.
Oh yes, good point. Hire the fake Klay Thompson as a backup.
If I wanted to do a traditional Sudanese wedding, I'd get John Morant. Just fire some shots up in the air. That's how they doing in Sudan, man. I'm just trying to tell you guys.
What do you think about Robin Lopez?
If it was a Star Wars themed wedding, a Disney themed wedding, for sure, Robin would be my officiant.
This feels too obvious, but like any of the TNT crew, except maybe not Shaq. I don't know if Shaq. I feel like Shaq might not get that into it.
Shaq might end up marrying himself by the end of the ceremony.
Yeah.
Oh, Shaq could be the DJ. There you go. Shaq could be the wedding DJ.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, no, you know who I'd want to do it?
Who?
Kevin Garnett.
No, that would be too intense. Way too intense.
I think I could see that. I think he could bring just like a...
Oh, I got an idea. Top and...
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
And Paul Pierce handling the catering behind the bar. Great wine, great booze, right? I would go Zion for the food part of the catering. Always got to squeeze one in.
Okay.
Wedding planner. I got the wedding planner for you.
Who?
Chris Paul. His wedding planner is always someone anal about getting everything done at the right time and stuff like that. So Chris, I think, would be the best person.
Oh, he would be such a pain in the ass. He'd be like, photos were supposed to start 7 minutes ago.
With the clipboard. Holding the clipboard, yeah.
And,
what else? What other...
Ring bearer?
Oh, ring bearer. That's easy.
Who? Oh.
God rest his soul. Bill Russell.
Yep. Oh.
Well, you know.
Draymond actually might be a very interesting choice for
Usher?
Officiant.
No, officiant? Oh, yeah.
Who would be good at that?
Chris Paul.
In the NBA.
Chris, just keep cloning
just
Chris Paul. I know an interesting choice for officiant if you don't want the wedding to last.
Who?
Gilbert Arenas.
Oh God.
Just telling all the wrong stories. He's been with a lot of women, and I mean a lot of women. I mean, some of them, I was like, ooh.
That's exactly how it would go.
Gilbert just spilling the beans, like, I can't
Gilbert's
believe
like, we didn't.
I can't believe you stopped seeing her to marry this one.
Yeah, we were.
But I digress.
Thanks for watching another round of Bold and Spicy.
Can we get a medic?
Yeah, we need one badly.